Thank you all very much. I mean, as you can probably tell from that last session and my relentless questioning, it's something that bugs me quite a bit, and I was glad to be able to at least get some of my sentiment out there. Hugely intriguing, absorbing, listening to the entire panel. It has been, hopefully for you all, a hugely intriguing and absorbing day. But we are almost at the end, and so with that in mind, for one final time, please welcome our chair, Winfried Engelbrecht-Breskus.
First of all, we have now 4:10, so I think obviously the timetable was magnificently followed. But coming in a way to the closing, I would again thank you all for joining us here at the 59th International Conference of Horse Racing Authorities. As always, it had been a very productive and informative day. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all our speakers who have given us their time and shared with us such interesting and thought-provoking insights. Richie, thank you very much for your wonderful moderation and being inquisitive when midfielders try to pass the ball and to interrupt a little bit their play. But it was really, as always, extremely skillful to guide us and moderate the conference. Thank you. I would like to extend my appreciation especially to the Executive Office and the supporting teams from the US Jockey Club, the Hong Kong Jockey Club, and France Galop for staging the conference, as well as our translators who have worked tirelessly today and sometimes have to deal with interesting accents, which they mastered obviously wonderfully. Thank you. Last but not least, I would like to thank all of you, our members, our guests, our delegates, the media for joining us. This event would be not such a resounding success with your interest, involvement, and the support we get from each of you. And again, thank you for being such an audience. On that note, I would like to just summarize what we have seen as major issues we have explored today. There are many valuable lessons for all of us we have learned today, and as takeaways we can bring back to our national federations and find solutions. But I think it is something which I firmly believe, to have such a platform, to have an international federation where we jointly explore what are the solutions, where we in a way find solutions with working together, sharing information. It is wonderful that we have created this camaraderie and this kind of platform to care and drive our sport into the future. And this is something which I think we as a federation should be proud of, because we are able really to exchange views, to sometimes even candidly see where we see issues, but we have been able to resolve them. And this is something which obviously unites us in our passion for the sport. But coming back to the strategic objectives we have to really all master, but I would like to really focus briefly on the strategic approach, how we have to widen our customer base, our aging customer base, which is absolutely essential for the sport, and that we have a very systematic, constructive, and strategic approach, how we can drive this major issue which we're facing as a sport, especially in challenging and very competitive times. The key objective here must be really to understand what really attracts our customers, what enables us to build value propositions, products, and create experience and deliver them to high quality experiences, which is, for example, what we saw yesterday, a wonderful sport, a wonderful event, and how we can create these experiences for especially a combination of world-class racing and entertainment offerings. We examined that racing fans are very selective, and we experienced that we have significant challenges coming from the illegal market, and we're facing what we said before, a perfect storm. especially the rapidly growing illegal and offshore markets, is a major issue for us, combined with the over-regulation. We need to educate our regulators, inform them that the consequences of this will be significantly, not only for us, but especially for the sport, for the employment we create in the industry, which many people, especially when it comes to rural areas, where they are key and vital, have these employment for their families. The consumer behavior has altered after COVID. We observed this in Hong Kong, that there's massive change in consumer behaviors. And these consumer behaviors go very fast, and if one doesn't react, it has significant inadvertently consequences for the sport. We have to educate regulators, what we mentioned regarding regulatory frictions. We have to driving, which drives the demand for unregulated operators, and where we have absolutely no consumer protection. And these vital funds will be lost for the industry forever. As an industry, we must collaborate and take joint actions at the right moment to fight this threat and make our regulators aware of these significant challenges we face. In this regard, I would like to acknowledge the important and growing role that the Federation plays through the Council of Anti-Illegal Betting and Related Crime to educate and inform policymakers, gambling regulators, but even in the room today, I believe many of our participants learned a lot. This serves our members well, and it continues to demonstrate that racing is a true leader in this space. Having said that, there are many useful lessons that racing has to learn, and to learn fast. How we as a sport can attract and engage new customers, how we can fight the illegal market. But it's vital that we not only talk about these lessons here, that we take them back and actively drive these changes. And we don't talk about KPIs, but it is something where we have to permanently follow up and see how we have progressed to ensure the long-term sustainability of the sports. But I don't want to hold you up too long, because we spent one day with intensive discussion. We look forward to come together in a certain group in the not so far future, and especially this is now advertising for the next Asian Racing Conference on behalf of our Saudi colleagues, which will be in Riyadh in February. Before we return next year, and next year is a special year. First of all, coming from the Chinese calendar, it's a year of the horse. So this is something where we think we should really celebrate the year of the horse and the importance of horses, not only the Chinese calendar, but it will be the 60th edition of the international conference here in Paris. So this is a special event where we will put even more extra effort in. But to close the conference, I would like to continue a tradition our long-serving Federation Chair Emeritus Louis Romanet has established. Louis showed this always after lunch, which could sometimes lead after a nice lunch, which was not as always a working lunch, when then the room darkened and it had a certain soothing effect. We end on a high with a wonderful race meeting, with a wonderful Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, won by a French horse, which I think was very much appreciated by our French friends, by Daris. And it is a wonderful closure where French racing and world racing was, with the death of the Aga Khan, which was a major loss, and see that the tradition to carry these wonderful colors has continued. And this was a wonderful event. And therefore, I look forward to look at this iconic race now with you. Thanks again, and my very best wishes to all of you, and see you in Riyadh, or if you have anything planned already for December, second week in December in Hong Kong. Thank you.